Hola, mi gente. This is
Ready or Not Latinas Podcast.
And these are your hosts,
Yessie,
Jessica,
Karina,
and Joanna. Just a reminder, we release new topics every Wednesday and officially making it Latina Wednesdays.
So stay tuned and get ready for this chisme.
Hey y'all, welcome back.
and finally we're all together.
Yay! That is so true.
I'm like, Karina's back.
Yes, we're all here this week. High five, guys. High five.
Yay.
The schedule worked out.
Finally.
Por fin se logró.
After what?
It's been several weeks. I would say like
Yeah, porque
four.
si no es una,
Like a
es la
month,
otra.
maybe.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, a month.
A
Because
month.
I missed like almost 4 weeks straight.
Jesus Christ.
But we have finally made it, and we are all here, and we're excited. We are excited for
This new chapter. I'm just kidding.
Casi a chapter you could call it, you know. But and once again, we just want to give thanks to everybody who tunes in. We love you guys. We
Yes.
are getting a lot of love from Cali.
Yes, we are.
It feels great. I would never expect for Cali.
That's what I told her. I was like,
Yeah.
we're gonna succeed in Cali before aquí in Florida.
In Florida, for real.
But to
And
me,
we're over here ready to release chismes in town, and dang it, none of them want to hear. Huh?
Well, I guess you're gonna hear from other people what we gotta say. Cause boy, I got hella chisme.
Yeah, so for this week, we were thinking of diving into machismo
A little
a little bit.
Apparently, it's still going around. I thought.
I know,
Yeah, it's still going around heavy as fuck.
and it's gonna go around for the longest.
Oh yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
I mean, until people start breaking like generational curses, then I feel like, of course, that mentality.
It's sad. Well, in my mind, I'm thinking maybe it's not. Por lo mismo que, you know, a lot of women are sticking up for themselves, ya no se están dejando. But then again, there are that percentage, especially in the Hispanic community, siempre estamos bien atrás.
Yeah.
Like, con todo, right? Like, we're always falling behind.
And I feel like, especially if you're one of those people, Hispanic people, that runs off not religion, but like I guess culture.
Yeah.
Like that's part of their culture, that they have to be manhandled. Like,
Como
you know,
they use it as an excuse.
yeah, like you shut up, you stay in the back. Like
Yeah,
your
that
husband
is
is
true.
your husband is the front,
The head of the
the
household.
head. Like he's in the front, and you're in like the way back.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, because that is the majority of. Well, we can only say from a Mexican perspective, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I've still seen it. I've seen it around, and I've seen it with older couples.
Yeah. Have you seen it in different cultures, like así como en diferente, como like,
No, like African American or an American person.
Yeah.
No, I've
Okay.
only
I
seen
feel
it
like I
in
do.
Mexicans or Hispanic, but Mexican. I would say I kind of not been around like
Other cultures.
like Colombian or Venezuelan or. I mean, I have, but I've never seen it like from Venezuelan. They're very like fun.
Yeah.
Like the husband and the wife. Like I met I was very friends with this Venezuelan couple, and they were very fun. Like they would
Easy
play
going.
around with each other. Yeah, it was very cute, so nice. And they were like almost 40.
Dang.
She was 40. Her husband was like 45, something like that.
Now that's a goal to be, you know.
And I was like, what? Like, yeah.
Hey, pero ¿cómo dicen? Ojos que no ven, corazón. No. It's like, but the point is that
Not
can,
the
that can
dichos.
just be an outside thing.
Yeah.
Because you were around. You really never know the
What's going on.
intimacy of a couple. As
That's-
much
sí,
as you know,
es cierto.
as
Yeah, I
much
think
as
you're right.
you know the inside and out sometimes, because obviously you're friends and you guys want to talk about stuff like that. Pero Like, you never really know.
I mean, yeah, of course,
The
but
inside
I mean,
of
what they show in front of me, that's what I know.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what
because
you
if let's just say, for example, for you and your husband, if you
Yeah.
guys are sitting in front of me and you're here and he's like across the room and it's like that all the time,
Yeah.
then to me, my understanding is that
Something's
in
off.
public, nothing's wrong, but in
Okay.
public, you guys are just that people that you
No
guys don't
PDA.
you guys don't give each other that.
Affection?
No, you guys don't give affection in public or in front of people. There's people
Yeah.
that don't like to kiss in front of family
Like
or
PDA.
other people. Yeah, I guess I didn't know
Y es
what
que-
PDA was, but
Yeah.
I just kept hearing you guys. But
Yeah.
Sí, pero es que también uno en la cultura hispana como que it's looked down upon si besas a tu pareja enfrente de los
Oh
familiares.
yeah, or
they
in front of
think-
your parents or
they
anybody
think like
older.
it's sexual. Like, get a room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've overcame that.
Yeah,
I
me
don't-
too.
I
I
don't
think
care.
if I really like the person, well, not like, if I really love the person and I'm crazy about them,
Yeah.
I will kiss them in front of my families and
Yeah.
hold their hand and lay on them and stuff like that. But I
Right,
won't like make out, stick my tongue in their mouth, or touch their penis in front of my family or my child. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But holding hands or like, kissing the hand and rubbing the head or something like, I would definitely. I'm over here touching Joanna's hand and her
like,
hair
what?
as I'm talking. But I mean, I would. But I feel like, yeah, a lot of people don't like
Yeah.
to show that, you know. And I wonder if that comes part of being like not machismo, but like, let's just say the husband is like, oh no, we don't do that in front of people. Do you
Como
think
ser-
that?
Yeah.
¿Será
It
que es
could
como
be the
machismo?
wife,
Sí.
because in my situation, I am not affectionate at all. Like,
¿Pero por qué?
I just grew up like that.
Oh, pero
You
es
know,
que
like,
también-
my parents weren't huggy. Like, oh, the abrázame. Like, I never knew
What
that.
that
But you
was.
never try to learn it. You
Yeah.
never try to show yourself.
Because as well, I don't like. I've never been like that.
You don't like it.
I don't.
Yeah.
It's not that I don't like it. It just doesn't come
Within you.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
it just
God.
doesn't happen. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to express it, pero like it just doesn't. We're not like, oh, let's hold hands, or you know.
Did you do that at the beginning of your relationship?
Mm-mm.
Oh
Tampoco.
God.
Mm-mm.
You know
What's going on there? I'm just
Yeah. No, I think it's just
Not to
you,
say that we're
you're
not intimate and
Yeah.
by ourselves.
Yeah, like it doesn't come instinctly, like naturally.
like, yeah.
So you
And I
guys
think
just
it's
don't
both
think
of
about
us.
it.
Uh-huh.
You
I
guys
think it's just like
yeah.
You know, it's a costumbre. You guys been together for a long
maybe.
time, too.
Could be the costumbre, or it's just that it's just who I am, because I'm like that with my kids too. Not the whole public, but not the not affectionate. I've been working on it though, but
Yeah, but it's just,
yeah,
it kind of just happens.
yeah. So, but yeah,
So coming back to the machismo topic, have you guys witnessed it?
yes,
yeah,
we were raised
Under
with the machismo dad.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that has affected you now as an adult?
Yes.
I love-
Traumatized me. I feel like.
Go ahead.
Oh wait,
sorry.
¿quién va a hablar? ¿Quién va a
Go
hablar?
ahead, sorry.
No es cierto. I feel like it's traumatized me, and it also had me to know desde muy chiquita, and this is how crazy it is. When I was small and I would see my dad beat on my mom, I would tell myself, I'm never ever gonna let a man hit me like my dad would hit my mom. I would never let a man call me out my name like my dad would do that to my mom. Like desde chiquitita yo me acuerdo, and it's like I feel like that traumatized me, and I feel like in my past relationship, my long relationship, when I guess you can consider it my ex-husband, because we were living for years.
Yeah.
There was a moment where we kind of like I was yelling excessively, and he just grabbed me from my arms and like picked me up and threw me on the bed. That freaked me out. That to me was like, oh my God, he's gonna hit me or something like that.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was just like freaked out. I was like, whoa, like don't ever do that again. Like that to me is like hitting me.
Like you put your hands on me.
Like you put your hands on me. He's like, no, but I didn't. I just picked you up to hush you up. I picked you up and I threw you on the bed.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, yeah, but still, like in a heat moment like that, that's kind of like, to me, that's kind of like being violent, you know. But I would say it's more like traumatizing.
So it is.
And what about you, Joanna?
Personally, well, I want to say like I didn't. Thankfully, I didn't like when I. Sorry, but the time. Well, I was already 5 by the time my parents were divorced, so like I didn't really get to live with my dad. I didn't get like I got to experience some of it.
True. Sometimes like we live totally different lives.
So I didn't have a man to tell me like, hey, go take a shower, you know. But when I would see my dad, I would see him, and it's like the love that I would get. It would be like screaming at me and like pinche cabrona, and like to me that's love. Like, oh, I love you so much, because that's the only form of love he would show me. Like, you know, or like even like pulling my hair, you know. So I feel like now when I'm grown,
if a man pulls you by the
no,
hair,
like, not like that.
No, but
not like that.
that's
But
so
you
true.
look at
That was so
affection. You look at affection in such a different way.
I'm not supposed to laugh at
No,
it.
you're okay.
No, my dad was very
like that. Oh my god!
Like I remember, I would cry to my sisters and be like, "You pull my hair," like, and they're like, "You need to straighten up." Like, why the fuck are you? I go to corral.
nothing.
Like, I go to corral. I remember this specific
Oh,
time.
I remember.
Bitches literally made me cry. And like took a whole scene because I was so upset that my dad pulled my hair. He literally like came like right next to me and just yanked me like yaga my ass off,
yaga.
like all my neck all the way back.
But that's how he would play.
Yeah, but I remember that day I was not having it. But I took my ass to the Golden Corral bathroom and I was crying in there. I was like, I don't want to get out. I don't want to have dinner with him. Like, I don't even want to be around him. They're like, you need to straighten out. Like, this is dad. If you don't like it, then you need to, I don't know. But like, that ass were like, bitch, get over it.
she's making it up. Because I don't know.
No, I swear, cause no, bitch, you don't remember that? Like,
Yes, I
literally,
remember.
they were like, get over it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. So I got to the point where I was just like, it's normal, like, you know. So I feel like now I just don't look at affection the same. Like, I just like, to me, I'm just like, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like I take affection and I'm just like, I don't know how to take it, because the only affection I knew was like, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I feel like in that way, yes, but other than that, I didn't really get to, like, thank God, I didn't get to see him put his hands on my mom or anything like that.
Oh my god, I feel so bad for Jovi. I'm so sorry, sister. We were just like toughen up, bitch.
I know. We would always be like, aguántate.
Yeah, like,
We'd always be like, aguántate. That's how that is. Like,
Yeah,
you know?
like, get it together. Like, stop ruining the moment, bitch.
Literally.
Those were the best moments for you guys, and those were the worst for her. Oh my god,
Yeah, that's so crazy because now that she's saying it, I do remember Joanna always being upset because my dad was so aggressive, but to us that was normal.
Yeah.
And that was passive. Like, that was passive.
that was like him
yeah.
on a good day.
On a good mood, you know, like he used to be really, really, really fucked up. And I remember that I'm like, Joanna, that's nothing. Like, why?
Get it together.
He did that playfully. That wasn't even him mad. Like, you should see him mad.
Like, and can you believe it? That's you talking out of your trauma. Like, you were,
which at the moment we were just like, you know, you don't know that.
You don't know it's trauma.
So,
That's
oh my
insane.
God, sister, I feel so bad. I'm so
And
sorry.
I like just the end when I think back on that and like little shit like that where I'm just like I see affection and like, or like same way like someone will manhandle me and it like I'm just like, wow, that reminds me of my dad. Instead of it being like, oh
Like, don't be
bitch, like don't be fucking doing that. I'm just like, oh my dad. I swear to God, guys.
oh my
Damn,
god,
Like,
sis, I've
even-
never.
so
Even
sad.
to like the last like, you know, couple days that I was with my dad, he was, you know, grumpy, you know, he was in a bad mood. So I feel like a lot of that, if I like, it just reminds me of my dad a lot.
And you know what, guys? I feel like I think it's that time we need to make an episode of my dad. It's so out of topic, but it does have to do a lot with this
it's
topic.
just that I feel like he is the biggest part of our life. Like, not even mom. I love mom and she was there like all the time, but I feel like our memory and our
mostly
records
his.
are mostly his.
Is it because he was the main one that was causing the trauma?
And he was the como
Maybe.
dijo Jessica, he was the householder. Como he was like the head of house. The head of house. Like, él es el que hablaba, él es el que decidía
like a
everything.
machismo way.
He
Yeah.
was very
That's what it is.
machismo. It was bad. Like, it was really, really bad.
But, and I'm trying to make up excuses, guys, but because he was running off his own fucking trauma. Because if you really think he was an alcoholic, and he became an alcoholic because of traumas in his life.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't. Nobody is born an alcoholic.
No.
I mean, technically, because it is in our genes, and it's in his genes definitely.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like, there's something happened in his life where he was like, "Fuck this."
Yeah, because I feel like he wasn't always like that. Like, I feel like
He wasn't. My mom
At
said
one
that
point,
he wasn't
it
like
just-
that when she first met him at all.
Yeah, and I think that has a lot to do, the addiction that they end up having, that causes a lot of, it comes with violence as well, because they themselves don't know how to handle it at that moment, you know.
Yeah.
So they don't know that they're actually making it worse on them, and then everybody who's actually around them. And then that comes to my topic too, that a lot of people, they don't really know me or my situation, and they just tend to judge.
Yeah.
Because automatically I've heard comments where they're like, oh, like, you shouldn't be saying that about your dad and all of that. But if the people who know me, they know that, my dad, I don't even call him my dad, le llamo difunto. I mean, he's still alive. He's alive, but
But he's not
he was
to you because he hasn't been there since forever.
And the thing is, like, there was more to that. Just because he was a drunk, an alcoholic, un mujeriego, but it was actually more than that. Like, he was a machismo. El machismo de él era tan horrible. Like, I've seen a lot of stuff, like, even to the point where, like, I thought a lot of shit was normal and it wasn't. Like, my mom literally, like, going and making sure that the shower was ready for him to just jump in the shower and like, or
Damn,
like,
bro, that's next level.
Machismo.
exactly,
That's like in haciendas.
yeah. And like, he would have to call my mom over, like, so that she can finish scrubbing his body, like, like,
What the fuck?
yes, dude.
I'm
Or-
telling you, that's some novela type of machismo and stuff.
And like, he was a short man, so like, no te podías, my mom couldn't wear high heels, my mom couldn't wear a certain type of clothing, because if she did, if it was too revealing, entonces era una puta.
Oh my god, I hate that men think like that.
Yeah. And then like, as a young child, especially us being women, we start picking up on that automatically.
Of
You're
course.
thinking like, okay, well then I cannot dress like that, I cannot talk back, because it's against our thing, And
Yeah.
the funny thing is que a la iglesia íbamos cada domingo. Like, the nerve that this man had. Like,
Your
come
dad
on.
would like to go to church on Sundays?
Yeah, we would always go to
Swear.
church Sundays. Yeah, we would go to church
Oh, hell
every
no.
Sunday,
Dude, my dad was an ass, man. He would tell my mom, like, ay, ¿pa' qué van a ir a la iglesia? Nomás van a ir a chismear. Nomás van a ir a juzgarse. Ahí va gente bien puta, bien, like,
like, bien desgraciada. Like,
Yeah, he would say that people that would go to church were hypocritas. Sorry guys, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jessie. But I didn't finish saying that I think we're ready to have an episode of my dad. Like, not just him passing, but like him, I feel like it's just, it's a lot. It's crazy. Like, I feel like I would want to have one. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah,
what Joanna was talking about, that I had forgotten about that. How his love at the, like, when we were a little more older, his love was very aggressive.
When he was
not even love.
Yeah, when he
to
was
him it was.
to him, like, and that is true. Like, for him, we didn't get a lot of good things, but when we did, it was very
it was
aggressive.
like we had to cherish every little thing.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god. And it was like that because it was only a weekend or a day or two.
a day or two.
That was it.
And then the rest of the weekend was all go, 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 go. Because, like, every family, you gotta go to school, they go to work, and it's just a whole ass cycle,
Same.
And it's just like and it's, I don't know, like, there's different things that I remember that I feel like my body forgets. Because of that, and then there's a lot of things they remember and I don't remember, and I was I should be the one that remembers everything because I'm the oldest.
You would think, pero es porque si a ti no te causó mucho trauma, then you're not gonna pick up on
I was just
it.
gonna
You don't
say that. I was
remember
gonna say, like, I feel like a lot of the memories that I have, I remember them because of how, like, traumatized I feel, and I'm just like, damn. Like, I remember certain parts, like, literally, I remember, but I'm not sure, like, how Jessica said, I don't know if it's a dream or not, but I remember the day, like, my dad went to jail, like, if it was yesterday. I remember, like, a week after, like, we were at Burger King, And I remember, like, I was so upset. Because they kept blaming me for it. And I was just like, it's my fault. Like, I
you were little. You were like, I want to say 5, 6, maybe.
Yeah, like 6 or 7, 6.5 probably. But I remember back then Burger King used to have a playground in there, the one in the pop. I'm like, I'm never coming back out. I don't want to go home with these people.
Yeah, we have to be like, Joanna, aquí te vamos a dejar. She's like, go, I don't care.
Literally, but I will say that a lot of our memories are everywhere.
I don't know if like secretly, and I don't know, like we should have been relieved, no? I feel at one point when my dad left, I feel that's weird because we should have felt relief, but instead we're trying to make Jovis feel guilty because he left.
Yeah,
that's
that was
wrong.
Fucking bitches. I'm just
that's you being already influenced by the machismo.
Yeah.
And by abuse, because literally that's abuse.
That's bullying.
Mental,
y'all
physical.
were verbally abusing me and shit.
Your dad was saying like to her, and then you guys were doing it to Karina.
To Joanna.
I mean to Joanna. Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, I feel like it all goes in because most machistas, whatever you call it, they're abusive. They're not physically abusive, but they can mentally,
verbally abuse you. And I feel like it comes with the, I kind of want to say territory, but not really. Like, it comes with it. I feel like they're always trying to control the people nearest to them, whether it be their kids or their wife. I feel like it goes both ways.
And it's weird because I don't want to say, I mean, they are born and they are made that way, you know, like it's not like they're just assholes, like naturally assholes.
I do want to say it has a lot to do with our culture because boy, when I go to Mexico, everybody, like all the men get fed first. Everybody, like, and it's like the tortillas are on the table for nadie come, and all the ladies are up finishing what has to get ready, like, and it's not like here where we, like, you know, the ladies sit down and then everyone go serves themselves shit, like, you know, not over there, like, make sure they have a coca, go get the coca so we can all eat, or make sure everyone has a glass, and you know, so I feel like we're already conditioned from a young age, like, oh no, your man goes first, you know,
take care of your man first.
El hombre va primero, make sure your man's okay, and then your children, and then you.
And then you're the last one.
Yeah, the last one.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Even until this day, my mom still does that.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
feel like
you know
it's
who I
already
see
in
that?
them.
I see that with my suegra. Like, we're all sitting down eating y ella todavía está calentando tortilla. I'm like, come sit down, like, leave that alone, like, you know, if they want more they can get up. No, she's very like that. She's like, no, I'm okay. Yeah, when she sits down, well, you know, most of the people are already done.
Yeah.
So she gotta eat alone.
I mean, technically we're all sitting there with her, but still, like,
She's
you know,
still
like,
eating
she's
by
still
herself.
like, yeah, like,
Que ella come
still,
como lo que quede. Si quedan tortillas come, si no, pues no.
Yeah.
ándale.
That's my son.
All right, question, guys, question. Have you guys ever experienced someone getting like yelled at, or a machismo thing is going on and you're present? What happened and what did you do in that situation?
To me, I don't know if this, I think, okay, I'm just gonna say it, porque no sé cómo explicarlo. Because my mom was in a machismo relationship. Ella casi, like, you know, her mindset is still, like, somewhat still like that, too. Como que, okay, so one thing is, like, my mom, if we're gonna go out, my mom's like, oh, did you already told your partner? You already called him to let him know where you're going? And I'm like, no. Like, why do I have to let him know?
Yeah.
Or she's the type of person like, ya es hora de que termines de hacer la comida. I'm like, why? Like, why do I have to have a set rule of when the dinner has to be done? And why do I have to let my partner know if I'm leaving the house, where I'm going, and what time I'm coming back? I'm like, it's fine. Nothing's gonna happen if I don't tell him, you know?
Yeah.
Pero en su mente it's like, even though she's out of that domestic violence, she's out of that type of lifestyle, she's still in there mentally.
Yeah.
You know, so it still plays a lot in her daily life.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You know, and I try to push it off, especially when I see her doing stuff. I'm like, you don't gotta do that. Why are you doing that? And then she's like, oh, you're right. And then, you know, you get me, and it's just like little stuff like that. I'm like, girl, like, chill.
Yeah.
You know? And
But it's just hard. Like, I feel like it's just hard to get out of that mentally, because that's just part of who you are now. And I feel it takes a lot of, like, people around you. And it takes a lot of, like, work and a lot of fucking practice.
Yeah.
For you to come first. Or at least come second. Because, you know, as moms, sometimes our kids come first. But, it's hard for you to do it with your partner because of that, because you're just conditioned that way, and it's very hard, because I find myself doing things and I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, like, obviously. And it's so weird, because in a lot of ways I feel like my partner, in a weird way, represents a little bit of my dad. Like, there's certain characteristics that I'm like, hey, like, oh my god, that's just like my dad. Like, it, like, we'll get in an argument and I'm just like, you know, like, I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I've been through that. Like, it takes me back to my childhood, and I'm like, damn, that shouldn't be like that. And I'm like, but it's just weird, you know. It's weird because I feel like Karina said, sometimes I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna ever be with somebody like that. But then I feel like that's what we are.
What you ended up with, or you chose subconsciously? Yes,
unconsciously you find someone like that.
Yeah.
Because it's just what you know, and it's just what that is, and it's just like, now you're fucking knees deep, well, because you're in love with that person. You're in love with that person. You have kids with that person. So you know what? I try to, like, hey, that's not right, or, you know, I point out things that I feel that I catch on as a fucking focus bitch, like woke bitch, and like, hey, that's not right. You know, because I feel like at the end of the day, we're conditioned that way. Him as man and me as a girl, we are both come from that type of background, because we're both Mexican, and it just happens that way sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I can see it, but I think, like, you know, uno de chiquito, tú nunca piensas que you're gonna become your parents.
Oh yeah,
you get me? You're always thinking, like,
especially when you're like, I will never be like my mom. I will never be like my dad. And little did you know you're doing something, and it's like,
but it doesn't hit you. Did that. Yeah, but it doesn't hit you until you have your own kids.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And then you notice, like, when your kids start talking to you, like, you do this, stop doing this, or you're acting like this, and you're like, fuck, like, I am the person that I said that I wasn't gonna be.
That is true.
And that's when it gets me, because then at that point you already caused the trauma to your child. And how are you gonna fix it?
Exactly.
You know,
I feel like that has a lot to do also with, like, same thing, like the partners that I've met, or the guys that I've met that are machismo. I'm like, like, I wonder why they're like this. But then I meet their parents, and I'm like, and like, now I know how, like, why you're like the way you are.
To be honest, I came across a situation where this man was very, very machismo. He still is to this day. Machista. Sorry. It was weird. I didn't like it. I felt uncomfortable. I wanted to go home.
To you? He was being like that to you?
Not to me, to his wife.
Oh, shit.
Like, but it was, the house was full. He came from work. Everybody had already kind of ate, so she had, like, leftover food for him, whatever. And then, like, we were just all talking, and he got home, and usually, like, you know, when you have people over, you kind of just, like, let your wife be or whatever. And in front of all of us, he literally was like, "Vieja, ven a hacer las tortillas, caliéntamelas, ¿no vas a servir?" Like that. Sorry, I was screaming in the mic, but literally, guys, like, we all just turned our neck, and we're like, and we just looked at her, and her face was just like, shit. Oh my god, he did not just do that. And then, like, yeah, her sister was there. Her sister just, like, shook her head and was like, wow. Like, she just, she said wow, like, in silent. And I felt so uncomfortable, because I just looked at her face, and she looked embarrassed, and he didn't give a fuck. Like, he was just literally standing there waiting for his food. And
he probably thought he was the shit, because he was
I don't know, like, I was looking for like a laughing reaction from him. Like, you know, sometimes guys, they like to be funny or whatever, but then they laugh it off. I didn't see no laugh reaction. Everybody was just silent after that. I just was like, what the fuck? I was just like,
it's time for us to go.
Yeah, I was like, babe, I want to go. Get the fuck out of here. Like, this is weird. I felt so uncomfortable because it took me back to like my dad. I mean, my dad never did that to my mom. I mean, a little bit, where he would yell at her in front of her family, you know, like badly, and call her a puta, and say all the crazy shit.
And I feel like they're like, that's just another level, because I get it that he maybe is like that with her at all times, but I feel like there's a boundary when you're like, okay, around family, act normal, bitch. Like, you know, like make it seem.
Yeah. Or when people argue and then like the female, like, you just, let's just say it's your friends and you see them arguing and you hear the person you love get called out their name or shut the fuck up. Like, I'm just like, damn, bro. Like, you see she's with her family, you see she's with her siblings, and you don't give a fuck. Like, that is like, if you have no respect for her family, off point, you have no respect for her. Like, you're cussing her out in front of her people. Like, what the fuck? I feel like that to me was like, oh, nah.
Yeah,
nah,
I feel like it breaks your heart more than anything when it's that like, you know, when it's the person you love and it's like they're getting, you hear that and you're just like, fuck, like, what do I do? Like, I feel like
how do you react to something like that?
It's happened with my friend and I reacted badly. Like, I reacted to her partner, and like, we got into it, and like, you know, it could have ended bad between me and him. Like, he could have put his hands on me, and like, you know, because for me trying to stick up for her. But
I mean, if he didn't respect the woman he loves, he obviously wasn't gonna respect you.
Yeah, so you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, and it's a hard card to play, but you know, you have to do what's right, or you have to at least stand up for what you believe in. And I tried, like, but I was like, dang, I shouldn't have done that, because at the end of the day, like,
they're gonna be okay.
They were okay the next day.
Yeah, they're okay. It's just like, you know, obviously
it takes a toll on you as a person, and it takes a toll on.
They're my friend. I'm like, I'm not gonna let that just slide.
And especially when like you were kind of like raised into it of what you heard. Yeah. So to you it's like, oh hell no, boo boo, not today.
Like, not to fucking day, bitch. And oh my god, I went off on that kid. I literally was like, you have mommy issues, bitch. Like, oh no. I did not give him mercy, and I feel like that's what made him even more mad. Like, that you were going off.
Did he stop, or did he like?
No, I feel like it just. I think he just directed his anger towards me then, because then like it was off of her. But I was like, I'd rather it be me 10 times me, because you're hurting me, and I don't have nothing to you. I have no emotions towards you. Like, I don't care. But her, like, that's your partner. So I didn't care at the end of the day. I still got my ones in. I feel like I won that fight. I'm sorry, but I feel like I won it. You know, you can only embarrass a machista so bad, so I feel like I did that for her. Like, I did it, like, to the point where it was like, just be quiet, because you look more stupid than I do now. You know, like, what was the point of that?
You know what I question though, like the ones that are dating and they still take that type of como they permit it. Like, girl, you only dating this man. There's nothing tying you down. There's nothing written in a contract where it's telling you gotta stay with this person.
That is true, because my sisters just always say that. I want to say I was in a machista relationship where, like, oh, like, you know, it's like, why are you looking so cute for? That type, you know what I mean? So I feel like I do a lot of the times. They're like, but why? Like, why do you feel like you have to be there? Or like, what makes you feel like you need him so bad? And it's like, it's not that I even feel like I need him. I just feel comfortable, like, you know. So I feel like a lot of it was that, like, how comfortable I felt, how protected because machistas, I'm sorry, but I feel like they have this thing where, like, they make you feel like you're protected at the time because I feel like they'll make it seem to you like, oh, I'll mess up with anybody that comes in your way. So
that's red flags, my love.
I'm telling you, I'm just like, you know. So I feel like a lot of the times that's why I would fall back, because I'd be like, oh, but he protects me so, like, he loves me so well, but it's like all the other shit wasn't worth. It wasn't worth. It was more to that than protection. And I feel like it was more weight on me than my weight off. Like, instead of me like being that
feeling
person,
feeling
eased off, and always feeling like, oh, I came home to my person. Like, yes, I would feel more like tense. Like, oh,
so you were walking on eggshells.
Like, I didn't know what I was gonna walk into. So yeah, girls. For the girls that are still in those machista relationships, try to look at the other side. Try to see what's on the other side. Water your garden, and you should be fine, girl.
Yeah.
But it's so weird how we know what's bad and we still continue to be there. It's to me like that's bad. I know, but either it's weakness,
It's weakness and
loneliness.
I mean, girl, I don't think that I've ever felt scared to be alone. It's just that
you have to be alone to know what it's like to be scared to be alone. Yeah.
I'm over it now.
No, pero creo que es más como que ¿dónde voy a vivir? ¿Qué voy a hacer con mi vida? No,
Because you're a mom.
No he
te cargas con tus hijos, no nomás tú sola.
Yeah, and I feel like at times where I'm like, damn, like maybe I should learn to be alone, you know? And I'm like, no, there's a lot of things that like, where am I gonna live? What am I gonna do with myself? Like as a person, not because I'm scared to be alone, because I feel like
you mean like financially, like where are you gonna end up?
Yeah, like I'm gonna live under a bridge, like where the fuck, like.
But damn, that's where the sad part comes, because it's like you're choosing, like, because you're so kind of scared to see where your life, you kind of like not downing yourself, but you're not. I see it as like you're not giving yourself that. Like que puedes, como que you're already doubting yourself without even knowing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that kind of just you're just left there like, fuck, I'm gonna have to just deal with this machista man.
And it's so hard to know that someone's like that when you know you love them and you know that they're a good person, but at the same time,
it's that issue. It's that little issue.
I think so. I think that. Not all men that are machistas are bad people.
Yeah, exactly.
They just have that.
Okay, but that's where I want to say something about that. I feel like it's kind of like a mental
disorder. Kind of like you can't change who you are.
I was gonna say something about that. My mom always says this to me, and I'm sorry, but she's wrong. But she always says this to us, like todos tienen sus defectos. And to me, that's like saying you should love somebody no matter what. Like you'll get over it eventually. To me, that's what it's kind of what it's saying. So I always felt like no, like whoever I choose today should have good defectos. Like they should have defectos that we can fix later on. They should have defectos, like that we can, we can
change them.
Yeah, change them and do
that. Is true. I
grow
feel
out of it.
I feel like that person that loves you and that person that knows and that you've told them, hey, that makes me uncomfortable. Hey, that makes me feel bad. Like the people that actually love you would try to change that. Be like, damn, let me try my hardest and my deepest and my not to be like that or like to change that from myself, work on it.
Okay, but this is what I always put in my mind, and I think since I made an effort, I feel like it was like a domino effect and made my partner also like take a step back and look into himself, because when I decided to quit the cycle of violence, because I myself was also causing it because I lived it, right? So a lot of things that I thought was normal, the way I was expressing it wasn't. And I only learned it till my daughter started like speaking up, letting me know, right? So when I noticed the effect that I was making on my own kids, I decided to like make a change. And y fíjate como uno de mujer tiene bastante poder, porque us women, we're kind of like, yes, the man is the head of the household, but us women are the ones who hold it together. So I felt like if he wasn't gonna take it or he didn't know how to start it, I was gonna do it. And I made that. I've made that change. My kids haven't seen any crazy reaction out of me, and I feel like that's causing my relationship to become better. Is making my partner be a better man. You know, like I've noticed it, and it's crazy porque I thought like in my mind also there's like los hombres nunca cambian.
No, yeah.
Siempre uno tiene eso en la mentalidad. En la verdad, yes, because si una mujer puede cambiar, también el hombre, porque los dos somos humanos. You know, it doesn't make us inferior. We're not special. Just like we are, they can do it too. Let's not enable them, because you're literally enabling a man to change. No, if I can do it, you can too. If we're gonna make a change, we're gonna make it for the benefit of our kids, the benefit of our relationship, and if we really want to grow, then we're gonna grow.
And if you guys really love each other too.
Yeah.
change together, or, you know.
Yeah, and in that point of view, that también uno te tienes que poner en mente, like, if you're making all this effort to change and to be a better person, and he's not picking up with you, then maybe us as women and us as mothers, we need to decide, like,
turn the page.
This is what I want for the future of my children and for myself.
Yeah.
Sorry,
because, like, I lived through the trauma, and I lived through all this domestic violence, but when shit hit the fan, my parents separated.
Yeah.
And then I questioned it. I was like, because I saw you guys with your dad all the time.
Yeah.
He was whatever the way he was, but he was around. Mine wasn't.
Yeah.
So I always put it in my mind, like, would it have been better if he was around? Or was it good that he wasn't around, that he didn't cause more trauma than if I would have kept on seeing him? Like, even if he wasn't with my mom, but seeing him going in and out of jail still, being in a drug addict, alcoholic, like, it probably would have caused more trauma and stress in me more than I needed it.
Yeah.
You get me?
Or have you around things, like, have you around
bad things
more than what you were already experienced, you know, and worse things because you're a little older now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so, like, we just need to decide what we're worth, really, and, like, the machismo, like we said, like, maybe it's never gonna go away.
Yeah.
And, like, I think you said it, Joanna, like you said, like, you think machismo comes from because the man feels like he's como dijiste?
Like, I feel like it's almost like they're scared to lose what they have. So I feel like they try to hold on to it with every, like, controlling wise, any little thing, mind wise, as in, like, oh, without me you're nothing, or, you know, those little things that they put in your head subconsciously that you don't know that you're taking in, that where you're like, oh my god, I can't do this, or, you know, because of him I'm like this, and because of him I'm still here, look at what I'm, you know. And I feel like that's what they have. They try to have that control because they're scared to lose it.
And I think it's true too, because that's what it was.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a culture thing, because si tú no eres machista, si tú no eres macho,
You're gay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing.
Or if a guy listens to his wife, or he's so lovey, or they do certain things like, que es mandilón, que es this, que es that. I think that's fucked up. Everybody's different. Every man is different.
I love me a pussy whipped queen. I'm just like,
no, but at the end of the day, guess what? They're both gonna be happy. They're both in a good relationship. They're growing and whatever.
Yeah, so. and that's so sad, because then I feel that that's another thing. You know, you feel like the man is a certain way, but I think that they're just scared. They don't want you to feel like they're less men just because they do certain things.
I see my partner change.
It's more attractive.
Yeah, it's more attractive.
Hell yeah.
I see him more attractive than ever, because I'm like, damn, my man wants me to look good. You know? And put more of an effort into it. Like, damn, this is my man. Like, no vas a tener vergüenza de que te miren en la calle.
Yeah, or to show off and be like, oh my god, this is my husband. Like,
but for them to make a scene, like, you can go out comfortably without him making a scene.
Or like worrying about if you're like, for me, this was another thing, because I was, like I said, in that machismo relationship. So I feel like if we were drinking, I always had to be like, no, I gotta be sober, because we don't want shit to go south. Like, I feel like if we were both drunk, it was not gonna work. And I feel like that's how you know, like, when you're in a situation like that, I feel like if you're walking on eggshells, it's a no-go. Like, it's a no-go. Like, enjoy your fucking life.
Two partners drinking together, you should be like, woo woo. At the end of the day, humping like bunny rabbits.
That's what it should be like. But that's an example. That's what it should be like for normal couples, and
not you on edge or walking on eggshells.
Guys, I'm not gonna lie, but sometimes I feel like I'm a machista. Like, I am like mentally, like, not that I'm a machista with other women, but like within myself. Like, I feel like I live in that I have to be a certain way. You know what I mean? You told me perfectly. You said, what did you say?
No, that I said that you basically place yourself in the old times,
the older generation.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys noticed, if you guys follow us on TikTok, you would know what we look like. And you guys, I don't know if y'all noticed, but I dress a certain way. And I've dressed that way for the longest, because I feel like there's no other way for me to dress.
You know how hard it was
and how hard it's been since she's met me, guys. And this is since she's met me. She's been buying me shirts, and I'm since I've been
She don't wear them.
high school. She makes me wear them once, and after that, she doesn't see them on me ever.
That's what I said. You don't wear them.
She gave up a couple years ago.
She sure did. Now she buys you what you wear.
I was like, I give up. I give up.
Yeah,
Let me just buy her something that she is gonna wear.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's sad at some way, but at the same time, that's just me.
That is
and
you.
I can't change who I am or who I became. I just try not to put it to my kids.
Yeah.
I try to be more conscious about it, especially with my daughter, because for the longest, my daughter, I would dress her like me when she was little. Ella no era de muchos vestidos, or she was just like me. So when I saw her growing and I saw her grab her own style, I never say, hey, don't wear that, you look like a hoe, or like, hey, don't wear that because
she don't want to put that in her head. You don't.
Yes, I don't want her to be like me. I want her to be
herself,
her own person. She's already like me in so many ways. Like, es bien reservada. Like, she doesn't talk back. If you tell her, hey, go wash dishes, she doesn't. She's not like, I know, ma. Like, she's never been like that. And I'm very grateful that she's a very good kid, and I don't want her to be like so closed off or feel like she has to be a certain way, because that's the right way to be.
Yeah, when there's no right way.
Exactly.
Everybody does their way.
Talking about that, I heard a comment, I forgot where I heard it. It said, don't raise obedient kids, raise outspoken, independent kids.
Yeah,
because obedient kids, they go by the rule, they never think outside the box,
and they never give out their ideas. Like, they don't put mind to their ideas.
Sometimes I just don't think like their ideas are good enough. They're just gonna be like, nah, I didn't say to do that, so I'm not gonna
you know what is crazy, now that you were talking about that, the kids, my daughter, like, I'm so happy and I'm so proud of her that she says that herself. Like, cuando la regaño, and like, I'm like, don't explain yourself, I don't want to hear it. She literally like, no, why not? You're not letting me say my part. It's like, you're not letting me speak and say what I got to say. I have to say something. That's not how it went. This is what happened. Girl, when she told that to me, I'm like, okay, you're right. You go ahead and speak. Say what you gotta say. And then after, I'm like, I'm proud of you. Like, I'm glad that you shut me down, and I do need to listen to what you gotta say. We can't just run off what I say, like, and I was like, damn, I felt so proud of my kid.
Oh my God. Now that you said that, the first thing that came to my mind is, you're right, we should not raise obedient kids, because I feel like obedient kids are more prone to sexual abuse, mental abuse from other people, like teachers,
they think it's okay, like,
because you literally tell them, don't talk back, don't tell me this, don't talk back to adults, don't do that. Like, I have that issue with my kid, because he's very outspoken. He's very like, I'm right and I didn't do anything wrong, and you're not gonna blame me, because I feel like teachers tend to just blame kids for, like, they'll see them doing certain thing and they're like, oh, you, like, or
they're
like
quick to
they're like, my son is very outspoken, he's very, and I feel like that makes teachers not like him.
Because of course, because he's not obedient back. He's not listening to them and shutting up like every other kid in there.
So I feel like that causes issues with teachers, because any little thing, he's cheating, or he did that, or he did this, and he's like, no, I didn't do it. And I have this connection with my kid where I feel like he tells me the truth. Because I tell him, you're not gonna get in trouble, just tell me the truth. And we're very connected that way, and I feel like I know when my kid is lying, and I know when he's telling me the truth, because I'm like, he has nothing to lose. He's told me worse things, so one thing from school is not going to make him think that I'm gonna fucking go down on him, like, pressure him, or like regañarlo así feo. So I have that issue with him, because he wants to get his point across, and he wants you to hear his side. And teachers tend to be like, nope, you're guilty y ya. And he has a very hard time with that. And I'm just like, sometimes teachers look at me like I'm stupid, when I'm like, that's how he is. And he's very outspoken, and he's gonna be like that. Like, there's nothing I can do to tell him, no, cállate el hocico, y
listen to what they're saying and be quiet.
And teachers literally,
that's what they want.
I have gotten in like with teachers where I'm like, that's just who he is. Oh my god, I've never heard a parent say that that's how their kids are. Like, there's an issue. And I'm like, no, he's outspoken, and I'm not gonna tell him to not speak his truth.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand.
As long
like,
as you know that he's being honest.
yes, exactly. Because, like I said, my kid, I feel like there's worser things. And he's not gonna lie over a little thing.
Yeah, when
you
he's
know,
already
right.
told you, like,
Yeah, he tells me
Tú eres la que
everything.
conozcas más a tus hijos more than the
Exactly.
teachers, so you know.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to make my kids like that. But yeah, so out of topic.
But you yourself are getting out of that cycle and not.
Yeah, like, and I feel that I'm
generational curses.
Yeah, I feel like I'm too into it, but I don't want my kids to be into it. You know?
Yeah,
Because
but that's
I'm already
good. But
who
that's
I
good
am.
because that means that, like, you're seeing it. You don't want that for them.
Yeah.
you already like
Acknowledging it,
and you're trying to
putting
take your route
Yeah.
to that. So that's already a +1 right
Yeah.
there. You know, so
I hope.
you
for that
will, you will, and especially because nowadays los kids like ven todo, saben todo,
Oh,
y
sí.
pues
Están
ahí-
más alertos.
Ajá,
Yeah,
que
and
antes
they're
como
gonna pick
antes.
up on their own. They're gonna
Sí.
get, regardless of what you do, they're gonna have their own opinions, and you just
Yeah.
need to be ready for when that comes.
Yeah.
You know, just
So-
there's just the como le dicen, the cherry on top for us parents.
Yeah,
You
y'all
have
just
to
make
wait
me
for
not
it.
want to fucking have kids.
Don't do it, girl. Don't do it.
No,
Kids are very beautiful, and it's a blessing to be a mom.
No,
but
yeah,
at the same
like,
time, girl, the world is a scary place.
That's the thing. I love children. Like, I love kids with all my heart. But I love
You
people's
love them
kids.
because you're not with
Yeah,
them.
I love
24/7.
kids.
I know. You see,
She's
I'm
with them for 2-3 hours and she's good.
Yeah, like, I need some baby action. Like, I swear, when my sister used to take care of babies,
babies. One more baby.
well,
One
one
baby.
baby,
One
but
baby.
she used to take care of a baby, and I swear, like, I was glued to that girl, like nobody's business.
It looked like she was your daughter.
Yes,
So cute.
like, and I don't know, I just need my little baby fixing. Like, it's just so cute. It literally is therapy, guys. Like, I don't know, I would be so sad, and I would just
Babies.
Yeah, babies, not
Like
toddlers.
Joanna said, once they start talking,
It's over.
Joanna's like,
But you see, I'm
give
very,
them back away.
Maybe because I've been a mom for so long, since I was young, and I had you guys, bitch. I be fuck them kids. I don't like kids. If you're not my kid, you're
I
not
don't
my
like it.
niece,
No,
bitch. I don't
fíjate.
like you that much. Don't come near me.
She's not like she's never made like a you're so cute, your baby to my
No.
kids, not even my kids.
No, you're such a
I carried them when
Yeah,
they were
she's
first
carried
born,
them,
and I
but
smell
not
the
like,
baby
oh my
smell.
Yeah.
I do that to every baby I know. Like,
Yeah, I
you're the
know.
cutest freaking baby I've ever seen. But
Yeah.
like every other baby I
But
see.
no, this is as far as she takes. Oh, he's getting so big.
Yes,
oh my
that's
God.
as
That's all
much
she's
as I
like.
did.
Jessica.
Yeah, I don't see her
I don't
kids
mind it
a
either.
month or two, and I'm like, oh my god, they're so big. But
That's all she said.
That's as
That's as far as you go. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah. And like, well, your kid, she doesn't come. I have not seen her forever, and
Yeah.
and you know, I don't think she likes me that much because I'm very like strict. You
Exactly.
know, so
But that's good.
anytime she's like. Anytime she brings her over, I'm like, your mom said this. She looks at me like, this bitch gonna start.
Let me put my gloves
Oh
on.
no, yeah. That's why I'm like, Jessica, tell her.
Yeah.
Because she listens to her.
Yeah,
Like
she don't
Joanna
listen
and me.
No,
It's because we baby her.
Uh-huh.
And she knows the way
Like,
around us. And with Jessica, she sees how strict she is with her kids, and
Jessica's
the
her
way that she
authority.
is. And she does. Jessica don't break. Jessica don't be like, oh, beta.
Yeah, you see, I'm not like
Jessica's
that.
like, beta. No, stop. Get it together. Don't
Yeah.
do that. Don't say that. Don't talk to
And
your
she
mom like
listens.
Yeah.
She never been like cállate tía or da-da-da. No, she does what I tell her. But with her, she just be like, shut up. Like,
Bad Girls Club. I swear.
that. Pero Joanna fue la que le enseñó.
Ándale,
Like,
ándale.
Y al rato está
so
ahí,
now
no,
I
pero
regret
aguántate.
it. Now I regret it because now I want that respect. Like now I'm like,
Yeah.
little bit. I'm just kidding. But now you know what I mean. Like now I'm like, hey, like you know, have
I'm
some
your
respect.
tía.
I'm your tia, but no, it's like it doesn't work on her.
it's
It's
gone,
like,
girl,
girl,
it's
be
gone.
quiet.
But desde chiquita, yo me acuerdo que yo le decía, ella me decía Jessica or something. I'm like, no, tía.
Yeah, I
She's like,
remember
okay,
that.
tía, yes,
And now
Yeah,
she
just-
says, now she's Tiana, I'm just Jovis.
Yeah.
You're just
I'm
regular
always Jovis
Jovis.
to everybody. Like,
So even my kids, I'm like, you need to tell my kids.
Yeah, they don't call her. They
Do
don't
you
call her
find
Tia
it
either. Yeah, they do. They call me Tia.
Yeah.
not yet, but I feel like I'm getting there. I
Yeah.
feel like eventually I'm gonna get to the point where I'm like, bitch, I'm your tia.
Because I never
Like-
thought, yo nunca les dije a mis hijos to call my sisters or
Tia,
their other tias.
Then what do they call? They call them by their name.
They're always by their name.
También
Yeah.
my daughter's father,
Yeah.
he's very strict with that too.
He does.
He makes her say,
He
not makes her, but he
like,
tells her like,
tells her.
Oh, that's
Tia.
your
Because we
tia.
saw one of her aunties at the store,
Mhm.
and she's like, I want to say hi, and I heard Veda. She was like, Tia, Tia Julissa. I was like, what? She called her Tia.
She's like, where
But
did this?
I'm used, yeah, no.
Yeah,
He was
And
raised like that too.
Fíjate,
So.
with my niece and my nephews from my sister's side, I was quick to teach them. I'm like, girl, no.
I'm no tia.
You wanted
They
them
don't
to
even
call you
me
Tia.
tia. They call me madrina.
Oh,
but
Yeah, I'm only madrina to one, but they all call
Call
me
you
madrina.
madrina.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
But that's
that
kids
does it.
'cause
And they
they-
kiss my hand. I taught them to kiss my
She
That is
taught her.
so beautiful.
No wonder last time she's telling Lupe like, and Lupe's like, what?
Lupa's like, what the fuck is this bitch doing? And I'm like, kiss my hand, girl.
Kiss it, girl.
Because
It's
it's
royalty.
madrina.
Ah, for real. Hey,
es la costumbre de México.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
También I love it in Mexico City. My mom's walking down the street and I swear to God, la mano, tia, la
sí.
mano. And they're like, santo, santo, mijo, santo, santo, santo.
I love
No,
that.
man. And then there's hella cousins on the bikes. My
Yeah.
kids just like, santo, 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 santo.
There's so many of
La mano,
them.
tia, la mano.
Like our culture is so beautiful, and at
I
the
do,
same
I
time,
love
it's
it.
so
It's so-
fucked up.
Yeah, it is. It's
You don't
so-
even know what direction to go.
Yeah, for sure.
You
But
just
yeah.
go your direction. I know, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know, sister. We know. You take your own fucking
Hell
direction.
yeah. Been doing this since I was in Dapos.
We know, bitch. We know.
Getting bitch slapped by dad and everything.
She really does.
I was a badass, bro.
You're
Oh
a
my
savage.
god.
Tú
But
le
anyways,
sacaste las canas.
I see,
Yeah.
güey.
Mm-hmm.
It's alright.
You
Yeah.
and Jessica.
Girl, she's a bad little kid. All right, well,
This was it.
Yeah, we were supposed to announce our giveaway winner today,
Last
but
week. I know it was.
It was today.
Damn.
but we found out that there's a fucking ¿cómo se dice? A little problem.
Yeah.
So we're gonna redo it. So you have until you wanna do until Wednesday of next week?
yeah, we're gonna do
Till
it
the
a week
release,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna do for Wednesday next week at, let's say, ya la noche. Ya la noche.
Ya en la noche, ya por la tarde.
Ya cuando las nachas estén ahí acostadas.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
announce the winner.
Yeah.
So don't miss out. If you thought you missed out, you didn't. We're gonna extend the date.
And then new rules to it.
Yeah,
Something
so-
just a little bit different.
yeah, so
Just
follow
so
us on
everybody can
TikTok.
participate.
Yes,
Yes,
and
so
I'm so sorry to the people that wanted to participate but couldn't, and we're trying to but couldn't. But yeah,
It's coming, it's
fixing
coming.
it. We're fixing it. We just
Get y'all
found out.
$30.
Yeah.
Get y'all $30. Just wait.
All right, so this
Don't
was
forget.
us.
No, don't forget to
Oh.
follow us on
She's like, you're giving up too
TikTok
quick.
and Instagram and Facebook at Radio Not Latinas.
And send us a message. You could send us an email at readyornotlatinas@gmail.com.
And with that, we
Thank
are out.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.